Good morning, good day to you. As usual, whenever you listen to this series of knowledge seekers of the Keshes Foundation Spaceship Institute, we welcome you back in a beautiful, what we call winter day in Northern Hemisphere, and hopefully in the coming time, when time comes, we talk about the weather in other part of the universe and what we see in the public teachings. It's not far from where we be very soon, and hopefully our knowledge seekers and scientists within the next 5 or 10 years will take us across this universe in a different ways and through different experiences. The humanity is getting ready for that change, for that what I call opening, for us to see what's on the other side, what is beyond the village of earth, what is actually for us to come to be, to enjoy, and to be part of. What is stored for mankind once he solves all his problems will be a fantastic time, an evolution in the course of the knowledge, a revolution in understanding a new way of living. Understanding physicality is not the only option, and understanding that physicality is only to what I call registered memories of the physical dimension. Human race is in for a big surprise. As we develop, as we extend, as we bring in new dimensions of understanding, we all be surprised by what has been in front of us and we have missed. What has been part of us and we never understood. What has been an extension to the knowledge we always had, but we never knew we possess. It's like living in a dual life. We always looked at the physicality side, but we never understood the dimension of what I call information. New technologies, mankind become to understand the knowledge of the Creator, and the knowledge of the creation is far, far beyond understanding of the man. But in so many paths and directions, man can find these roads, man can find this knowledge, man can strive to understand it through his soul and then convert it into the knowledge of physicality. Here we strive to create energy to survive. What about when we land through our soul in another dimension? Energy is abundant, but something else needs to be understood to exist, to enjoy the dimension and time. As I said, dimension and time is non-existence till the man, the fields of the Creator, through his dimension, through his understanding, become physical, become part of that understanding of totality. The soul of the Creator, which reflects through the soul of the man, will become one of the biggest enigmas to mankind. The soul and emotion. Mankind, the physical dimension in it. Mankind, what he has created for itself as time. The Creator is timeless. The life of the Creator is timeless because it does not have that essence unless the Creator creates the slowness of his fields that in not the slowness to convert to, creates that time. I'm in love with the lover, but I cannot show my love if I condition myself to where and how to show the love. Then I spend time on it to show it. And this is the dimension of the physicality. To show the love of the Creator, I create time. Otherwise, I'm in time as same as the others. In this change, in this understanding, in this position, man will mature. Both in the dimension of the soul of physicality, both in the dimension of physical life. And then man will reflect, will understand to live through the light of what we call the soul of the man. Our planet does this. Why can't man do? Our planet is created from the essence of the fields of the sun. It does not kill to survive. It does not go and bash itself to the other planets to absorb their energies or other stars or whatever. It absorbs the energy of the light. In interacting with the energy and the fields of itself, absorbs the energy and what it needs for it to live. Between the earth and the sun is the size and the dimension of the emotion of the two in respect to each other. The way between the soul of the man and the soul of physicality of the man, within the gap of the brain of the man, we create the emotion of the man. There cannot be any more difference between the sun and the earth and the soul of the man and the soul of the physicality. When humanity matures enough to understand this, then maturity comes that it will not kill. You will receive the rays from the soul of the man to feed the physicality through the interaction of the fields without killing, without creating wars, without creating what we call changes which are not needed, as is not part of the process of the existence. Humanity has to understand to become that earth with the fields, that the interaction of its fields with the rays of the fields of his soul will give it the energy to exist in the dimension of physicality. Then man will not kill anywhere in the universe. Then man matures that the wars does not exist in trying to create life and maintain life. The pride of the man, the joy of the man will come out of the essence of understanding. The more he shares the knowledge and the beauty of the Creator, the more he can reflect and receive more. A cup, when it's full, cannot take water, but when it overflows, can feed the others. Man should be the cup which is overflowing and is full, and he can continuously receive to give. And this, in essence, is the essence of the Creator and the creation. Now, put that cup in that fountain and become the feeder of the fountain directly into the cup. As the fountain feeds the cup overflows to fill in the pool, to keep a constant evolution and motion. We don't see that drops of the water which will drip from the fountain in the cup outside, in the fountain or in the cup. It only exists between the time when it leaves the fountain to the time when it lands in the cup. And then a collection of the totality of what that drop has added to the cup will overflow into the pool. And this is the truth about the creation. Our life is that drop, just enough to leave the fountain of the Creator and join back into the cup of another dimension, that itself become part of the totality, and then it joins into the bigger rivers of the pool. Now you understand, in essence, there was no time for the pool and there was no time for the cup. We created that time from the point of the separation from the fountain to the cup. And that's what the life of the man is, that drop. And how long it will take from it to leave the fountain of the creation and to rejoin back in another dimension. This is what we call time. In essence, the creation and the creator has no time. It came from none and shall go back to none, as is the man who converts it to the point of the existence in the duration of his understanding in interaction with the physical dimension of this planet. Then we call that the life. Then in that lifespan, how much can be absorbed from the environment? If the fountain comes out at 2 degrees, and by the time when the drop hits the cup is 4 degrees, where that 2 has come from. Absorbing the energies of the environment, creating time and interacting with the environment is the time when that drop has elevated its knowledge till it reaches. And when it drops in that 4 degree as that added knowledge, that added information and energy back to the cup, and every single drop which has been there before will benefit by it. This is how the man should be. That drop, that as he learns from the knowledge, by the time he gets to the point of delivery, he shares instantaneously with everything and everyone. Man should become that drop of water in the essence of the thirst of the man. Thirsty to receive. And when you take 1 drop of water into the body of the man, every cell of the man feels the beauty of the water and the essence of his receiving his energy. As has been said many times before, how come you're thirsty and when you drink a cup, suddenly everything in your body stops and absorbs and enjoys the existence and receiving that energy from it? This is what the man has to be. And this is what the essence of the creation is. And enjoy that short time, that short span, that little time that you are from the drop separating from the fountain, which is the womb of the mother, till you land and you end up in the earth at the point of death. But in essence, there is no time, but your soul will exist in the water of the cup, and it become part of the totality. Now think, now understand. Now be wise to enjoy the time and what you can absorb from the environment of your life that you can add to the others when you land in the cup. There was no time, that the time was created at the point of inception of the first molecules of the water to create that drop. And the time was created from the point of the fountain to the cup. And then the question comes, what are we fighting for? Why are we doing all these killings and mayhems for? Why have we chosen as the race of the man to create such a mayhem? And where shall it stop? But the question is, where did it begin to go wrong to get to this point? If we create the children of the man through the soul of the man, then the physicality of the man at every point knows that it receives everything it needs from it and shall not destroy or kill. When you're creating the dimension of physicality, you need the physicality to guarantee its survival. But when you create the sun by its essence, in interaction of its fields, will create that life. And because it's created out of, it will give it the essence of the fields of the creation and the energy it needs. This is why we have brought you to this point to understand that from now on, by the birth of Mitra, the whole cycle of creation will reverse for humanity and the rest of the universe, where every life will be created from the soul, the way the dimension of the creation of the Creator has created the sun, and then from the interaction of the fields of itself with the environment in the womb of the mother will create the dimension of physicality. From the time to come, when you give birth to a child, you will see the soul first before the physicality. You feel the essence of the creation before you feel the physicality of the created. Mankind is for a very big surprise. Mitra shall be born in that direction, and shall be all who born from it, and exist at the time of his existence. The change of time. Instead of physicality feeding itself to being touched with the soul feeds the physicality, that the physicality does not need to destroy, to kill, to create that cycle of life. Mankind will become very kind to itself through the understanding and operation of his soul. This is sacrosanct. This is important to us and to those who live around us and near us and through us. We will understand the pit of creation. We will understand the essence of creation. And then we understand the totality. Then we see how we have come to be in this dimension and direction. In understanding this, mankind will be kind to itself. In position and time and understanding the totality, all of us will become wise to the new process of creation. We'll become wise to understand how our lives was created and how our lives shall be created. In understanding this, we all become mature mature to the time, the place, and position. We become wise to understand that our lives is part of the life of the Creator. We become the totality. We become part of understanding what the reality is and shall be in the essence of the creation. And then when mankind reaches this point, then it becomes essential for all of us to understand the process, to understand how we have become so redundant in understanding the totality. Maybe in a coming time, some of our people, what we call totality of their life, will become part of this life. And then we'll see how the humanity will progress to understand the essence of the creation, to become, to live within the structure of the creation. And then maybe in the coming time, humanity will become to understand how life has come to be. And then how much of the life have I understood? And what happens to the point that when we become aware of it, and then we become part of it, then we have to understand we have no choice. We have to bear the burden of bringing our soul and the soul of physicality to work, to be able to live, to be able to survive, to be able to be a part of the cycle of the creation. The birth of Mitra is the point of reference. The birth of Mitra on 21st of December is what we call the pinnacle point of the change for humanity and the race of the man. We have celebrated the birth of Mitra for thousands of years. In Christianity, we changed the date from 21st to 24th and 25th to suit but be close enough to. In understanding this, mankind has no choice but to elevate itself and as what we call the citizens of this planet to understand the change to come, for them to be elevated, for them to live, for them to be part of, for them to elevate in the dimension of the soul. How far and how much shall we extend the knowledge of the soul of the man will depend on all the humanity. The burden of the elevation becomes the responsibility of all, and the level of elevation will depend on how all will elevate together. When that drop falls in the cup, all receive the same energy. When you drink that sip of water, every cell of the body of the man will feel the satisfaction of satisfying the thirst. The thirst has to come from the knowledge of what we call the creator and the creation, and not in the dimension of physicality and the matter of the man, where even that is needed. But man has to understand the separation and the totality between all. The truth and the knowledge is the same. It all depends according to the intelligence of the man, what he understands of it, and how much he wants to be the part of it. The time to come, humanity will receive the knowledge from the source through his soul. But he has to understand the change of time, the change of position, the change of understanding, and the change to come. What humanity will expect for all of us. In understanding the totality, mankind needs to understand the reality of life. Not fictitious the way we've been told and been frightened of. The day of judgment, when we go to hell, when we do this and that will happen. We have to understand the life of the man is a progressive process. And according to the direction and dimension it takes, will dictate the dimension of the progress, the stage, and the understanding of the totality. The enhancement units, as we said before, are not there to help you with the cancer, are not there to help you with your Alzheimer's. But in a way, at the beginning, many of you will use it because you want to get rid of the pains of the physicality. But as you use these systems, you start becoming more and more aware of the work of your soul, aware of how to be in touch with and to see it. When you feel the existence of your soul, is like when the first time you hold your child in your hand. You appreciate his beauty. And then you start to match yourself that he falls with the pattern of his sleep. Why he cries and he wakes up to enjoy the time with. And it's the essence of the enhancement units. To bring you to that point, to give life and birth to your soul in the physicality of dimension of you, that you understand the beauty of your creator. In essence, what we put to enhance is not to enhance your body, but is to enhance your soul in every dimension and foundation of the work that you see as beauty. In a way, you gave life in the dimension of physicality to the soul, and the soul has been there hidden, but you work through it, and because of it, now with the enhancement unit, we elevate the condition that you enjoy the beauty of your soul. You see it, you feel it. And then as you adopted your child coming from you, you will understand this is another child which is the feeder of you, the creator of you in the essence of the collection, where your physical dimension led to its creation. These enhancement units are in that part, in essence, for understanding the totality. In essence, for being there to be able to see the elevation of the understanding between your soul and your physicality. Very recently, I watched and I saw that elevation with one knowledge seeker. The instant he entered the environment of the unit. And it was amazing to see how fast the soul of the man reaches the soul of physicality. But you have to be wise to capture it. You have to be wise to understand it. And you have to be wise to see it the way it wants you to see it, not the way you want to see it. You feel the emotion, and that is the touch where the soul of the man reaches the soul of physicality. In time of being in these systems, you gradually become graduates to understand, to live to the dimension of the soul. When you enter these systems, you understand different attributes of your soul, and then you become aware of the true essence of the creation. In a way, these systems is the gift from the knowledge of Mitra to mankind, and in time she shall show you how to, she will guide you in where to, and she will manifest to you the beauty of the light of the Creator. I am servant to her. And in so many ways, the beauty of her existence will bring us the kindness of the way that the love of the Creator manifests itself within Mitra. Soon you will understand the true essence of love, not in the dimension of the physicality of the man, but in the dimension of the love of the Creator. We have to create the condition that this love for those who cannot manifest themselves in the dimension of is given the condition that it can grow on its own. Sometimes it might look harsh, sometimes it might bring joy, but the totality of life for man will become to be that part. Many times in the coming time, when we are in the presence of Mitra, we will see that light. We will enjoy her existence and her presence. As I always said, I'm servant to her service. And in time will bring us joy and educate many of us to be with understanding of totality. I hope today's teaching brought you an insight in what to come and what it needs to be done, and it clarified many things that you never knew that in time and existence in the dimension of physicality.